Hello survivors, welcome to another video. In today's video we are playing Disfigured. It is an overwhelmingly positive game on Steam and it's quite like a little mix of a horror game slash bullet heaven slash action roguelike, just kind of kill everything and hope you don't die at the same time. So I've got a little bit of a build going on with this weapon. It is one of the new weapons that were just released in its most recent update. And we're going to try our best to get everything going. We don't need Psych Trail. I don't even know what that is. And we're going to go with, I think bulk rounds are fine. We don't want negative fire rate. So we're going to end up going for, oh man, all of them are negative fire rate. We'll probably just grab hollow point first, but then not upgrade it afterwards. You can. Every single time you level up, you get to kind of banish something. So we will be banishing a lot of things. We want fire rate on this. Every 12 seconds, spawn a singularity which deals 10 damage every half second and freezes enemies. That could be very, very good. Let's see, singularity increases by 20% in each enemy caught for each enemy caught inside. That's actually pretty good. Bullet shot into it will be absorbed, increasing its size by X amount. On despawn, fire a burst of absorbed bullets towards where they're aiming. That is pretty hectic, so that could be pretty good. Singularity is pretty good. Swiftness seems to be pretty good. We could use wildfire as well. Every 5th enemy killed by a bullet will explode into wildfire. And then I'm not going to worry about plasma charge. I tried it around before and it really didn't feel that useful to me, so not going to worry about it too much. Just need the singularity to pop off and we'll see what happens with it. So there we go, singularity. Again, the more enemies that are in it, the more damage it's going to be dealing as well. So we'll see where that can go. Piercing rounds, also pretty good. Do we need piercing rounds? Projectiles will pierce through one enemy. We don't actually need that. Increased damage for each enemy caught and electrify. Electrify is actually pretty good, so we're going to grab it. I'm going to get rid of the piercing rounds section over here because it does reduce. The thing is, like, we're already pierced with the weapon, so it just doesn't make sense. And then projectiles pierce through infinite enemies, we already do. And all it does is give us bullet size and speed, which we don't actually need. So we'll delete that and we will grab the electricity for now. Because when an enemy is electrified, they take more damage. We are going to end up getting shrapnel bullets as well. We're going to grab the shield over here. So every 200 enemies killed, we gain our shield back. So every time we get hit, we just need to kill another 200 enemies. That should be fine. And singularity absorption, bullet shot get absorbed. See, the thing is here, killing an enemy will spawn a laser that rotates towards where you're aiming, dealing damage every... Oh, that could actually be pretty good. But we're going to go with quick draw first. Quick draw is going to allow us to get multi-shot. We do lose some fire rate, but we land up getting... I mean, we gain fire rate. We can also land up getting ballistic tip and things like that, which is going to increase our fire rate even further. So maybe get that instead of the multi-shot. We'll see which one comes first and whether or not at a later stage, depending on what we're going for. So we'll see. I need to just reread singularity and see how it works. I think it was after every 12th shot. So the more fire rate we have, the better. So singularity was every 12 seconds. So that's not going to help us that much. Shrapnel, pretty good as well. That's just going to give us more damage, more clear. So we will grab that. And there's an upgrade over here that we can grab that's going to make it so that when... Ooh, we'll grab that as well. Every 5 shots fire a flashbang, which explodes into a large temporary vision. Enemies revealed by the flashbang take more damage. We don't need proximity marker. What does this do? Every 5 kills, augment an enemy which is killed in range. Fire rate and bullet damage is increased. That's actually not bad either. Marked enemies take more damage and it can be worked on bosses. So we might go for that as well. Over here is when the barrier is activated. We're not worried about that. So we're going to grab the ballistic tip. Ooh, we nearly got hit there. That's just going to increase our fire rates. It's going to make things a little bit easier for us. Again, like I mentioned, a lot of the skills or upgrades I like to pick tend to get rid of fire rates. And the way that this weapon is going to work is once you hit level 10, 20, and 30 with all of the weapons, you get to upgrade them to get their own weird passive points. And in this case, we like to use things that use a wind-up strike, like this one over here. And what's going to happen is we deal a whack ton of damage. I'm going to go with slowed projectiles though first before we get into the rest of it. But essentially it's going to be a one-shot kill everything type of build except for bosses. But we need some fire rates because the wind-up animation does take a little bit of time depending on how much fire rate you have. So if I'm not able to wind up, I do want that fire rate so that we can shoot without that extra damage in a tight spot. Alright, there is also a shield upgrade that gives us more. Don't need the burn. There's a shield upgrade that's going to give us more vision. Enemies revealed in vision take 25% more damage. That's going to be very good as well, so we'll grab that. Just free damage, 25% more damage done to enemies that are going to be close to us or within vision. Even more reason to grab that shield upgrade. The shield barrier upgrade. And let's see where we can get from this. Hopefully, I haven't been able to complete this level. It is quite difficult. So we're going to try our hardest to get there. Shooting an enemy revealed in light will slow them down. Not too worried about this. That was that one over there. This one, enemy revealed, take 50% more damage, but enemies outside of vision take 20% less. Every 3 seconds, we get a guided missile. I'm not actually worried about that one. So we'll get rid of that. And I guess we're going chain lightning for now. I do want the lightning bolt over that. We'll go up to explosive lightning because we don't want the fire rate done over there. So we'll start with the chain lightning though. That's okay. It's just going to shock more enemies. And that's going to help us clear them out. It's increased for each enemy caught inside. That's pretty good for now. Doom rounds are also really, really good. After killing an enemy, the next shot will deal 50% more damage. Killing spree also, wasn't that killing an enemy to increases our fire rate. Resets after 3 seconds without killing. Oh, there's so many good ones. Let's go with Doom rounds first. And let's see what we can get going over here. Remember, we do have slower projectiles on here, so hopefully that's going to help us quite a bit. Maybe I need to re-roll so that we can get the shield upgrade first. So if we don't get it next level, I will end up re-rolling just so that we do get the upgrade that we're looking for very quickly, because that little upgrade is going to save us a lot of effort in terms of, even that's so good. There was the one, but it's not the one we're looking for. But this is also really, really good. So I'm actually going to end up taking Hollow Point. That damage is massive. The faster we can kill things, the better as well. So even if we can't see them, as long as we can kill them faster, we should be in a good spot. Okay, a lot of XP on the floor. Unfortunately, we're not going to land up grabbing any of the XP gain things. What do we have here? Heavy shrapnel's fine. Swiftness is going to be pretty good. Radiation, we're actually going to get rid of radiation. And then we're going to re-roll here. Hopefully we can get what we're looking for. We don't. We get that one instead. Shooting an enemy projectile to deflect it towards a random enemy. That could come in handy, so I'm actually going to grab it. And the only reason I'm taking it is because there's going to be a lot of enemy projectiles on the screen on this map. So being able to shoot the projectiles back is going to be so handy, because I think about 70% of the time I get hit by the projectiles, and if I don't have to worry about the projectiles, then I can stay safer throughout the gameplay. Gain a circle-shaped proximity marker, causing nearby enemies to be slowed down and take more damage. That's really good. XP from monsters killed by shock damage will float towards you. I'm going to grab that one first. Just gives us a little bit of extra XP, especially when killing shocked enemies, which majority of the enemies should be or will become shocked. So there's a good example. And we leveled up again. So singularity is increased. No, we're not worried about that too much. We could go this. What was this again? Enemies outside of your vision move slower and take more damage. Every second enemy killed outside of vision spawns a spiral. Damage multiple and so range inside of vision is increased by further revealed vision move faster. Enemies outside of vision take double damage. XP pickup range, fire rate, but we reduce our visions. Do you know what we can... Oh, man. Nah, let's not worry about that. We'll go for this, because it is going to reduce the singularity's time by 4 seconds on its next upgrade as well. Because 12 seconds feels like it's a very long time. I mean, those upgrades look really juicy, but the problem is it's very dangerous. So I don't think we can grab them. It's not giving me the other options. I don't want this line. Get rid of it. This one as well, we don't need these anymore, so I can't do anything about that though. Enemies in vision take more damage. Enemies outside of vision take less damage though. Guided laser sounds like it's pretty good. I'm actually going to re-roll the options. There's lightning bolt, so that's really good. Or fire singularity every. And there's the shield boost as well. Alright, let's go lightning bolt first, because that's going to be increased damage, as you can see. We are nearly level 20, so we're going to stop firing as often. However, we still need that fire rate, because I believe it does affect the skill itself. So we did find the barrier one that we were looking for. It was the next upgrade after the one that we just saw though, so we still need to get that. Gleam is also pretty good here. We do want to lose circle size eventually, but if we can increase it so that the negative is not bad, then that's fine as well. So you actually need to increase the size of your circle so that when you get the negative from concealed, it's not as bad, because those bonuses are actually ridiculous. So I'm going to try and go that route as well, if we can even get that many levels, because it seems like it's pretty hectic. Alright, we got hit there, which is very bad. So now we use something called gunshot sheath, so we essentially don't hit anything until we have this behind our body, and then when we do hit it, as you can see, everything takes a massive amount of damage. And that's what I mean. So it isn't I don't think it's affected by fire rate, but the reason we want a lot of fire rate is if I get like crowded before we sheath the weapon, then I want to be able to use it to kind of kill the enemies before anything else happens. Singularity absorption, no. Am I worried about this bottom size? Absorb any type of projectile and float XP towards you. That's a fine one. This one we can get rid of that row. This we could get rid of as well, again, when I decide to. I guess we'll go with the projectile bottleneck, because that does give us more damage as well. Oh man, when all those guys just got shocked and you just see it spread like that, that's so good. So usually I do this with multiple projectiles, but since I want the fire rate this time, we aren't playing with multiple projectiles. Also, the shield upgrade gives you something called a kimbo, which makes it so that you shoot behind you as well. So once we get those upgrades, we should be in a much stronger position. We just need to get them, and it's not really giving us what we want. Charged rounds, no, we're not going to grab those. Flashbangs, okay. We are going to grab this for now. Oh my goodness, my damage is so high. Actually, very, very high damage. And we do get to see those projectiles are actually quite insane eventually. So we keep our eye on them. The fact that we're rebounding them actually makes a big difference now. And being able to pick up all that XP from shocked enemies is also being a saving grace for us right now. I don't know if I like the singularity, it kind of gets in my way, but it has been doing work. Okay, there's shield boosts. Then we're going to grab shield flare, which is the web vision size, and then Kimbo. So shield boost, let's go grab that. Now we can start gaining bonus stats. Beautiful. They call me one sword man. Ooh, we nearly took damage there. Okay, there are 2 bosses that spawn. One boss spawns at 10 minutes. The final boss spawns at 20 minutes. We do get healed at the 10-minute mark after killing the boss. So hopefully we can kill them pretty quickly and without taking any further damage or anything like that. Oh, it just feels so good when you wreck the enemies like how we are. Okay, we didn't get the upgrade we're looking for. We do get multi-shot. Now the thing is, multi-shot is really nice to have. Killing spree not so much, but multi-shot is really nice. We do lose a little bit of fire rate, but we do gain an additional projectile, and that, as you can see, does make quite a big difference. Now, we don't lose that much damage because of it, because technically we're now shooting 2 projectiles that deal a little bit. It wasn't a 50% damage loss, it was a little bit less. So we actually deal more damage since we're hitting enemies with both projectiles, as opposed to hitting them with a single projectile that dealt less damage. So our damage actually technically went up with the original bullet, but went down with our splitting or shrapnel bullets and things like that. So it's like a win-win, but a loss-loss in a way. Oh, but that lightning is so satisfying. Alright, we got heavy shrapnel, patient stalker, damage multiplier and slow rate of enemies outside is increased. Is that the one we wanted? Yes, it is the one we wanted. Alright, so we'll grab that. And hopefully we can grab the next shield upgrade as well before we lose all our vision range. Because if we lose our vision range first, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. We just choose not to take the upgrade, that's all. And I definitely think fire rate has something to do with how quickly you wind up your perfect shot. That's why we wanted fast fire rate. So if we get people close to us that we didn't kill, we can quickly turn around and shoot them. I mean, singularity does help with that as well though. Radiation would help with that as well. There is another upgrade that you can get that makes it so that damage is dealt to enemies in your vision, which is also quite powerful. It might be stronger to just auto attack him right now. We get explosive lightning. Shooting an enemy projectile deals double damage. We can fire singularity much faster. We want the explosive lightning first though. Okay, funny enough, you can't shoot the boss's projectiles back at them. So that is very interesting to note. Hopefully it does die soon because there we go, because I want the life. I'll be back to just shooting enemies. I think when we shoot projectiles back at enemies, it actually deals so much damage to them. Like, I think that is actually dealing a whack ton of damage. So wind up strike, I'm not going to grab because of the damage. I would usually have grabbed it. We're going to grab glow for the increased size of our vision, because we are going to lose some of that size. We didn't get the shield upgrade for vision size, which is a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. Too many enemies close to us. Oh. They got frozen there. And that's so good that we can just destroy projectiles that way. I mean, there isn't a reason for us to wait with the charge shots. It's probably just better for bossing. Right now, using normal attacks is good enough to kill everything. Just want to try and level up. What we can do is increase our fire rate, but what we are going to do is something much sillier. There we go. We finally got our increased vision. So now we can get that other upgrade that's going to give us a weird and wonderful stats like pickup range and things like that. I cannot wait for that. Because the negative was the vision range, and vision range is what's going to help you stay alive, unfortunately. So without it, you're in a lot of a very difficult situation. But with it, you are in a much more safer environment. I mean, you can see just how much of a difference it makes already. We can see far sooner where enemies are coming from and what enemy they are, how many of them, projectiles, everything. Although luckily enough, the developers made it so that if they shoot projectiles, you can see it far before your actual vision circle. Alright, let's see what we get. Light irrigation, enemies revealed in vision take more damage. That's not necessary. Every 5 seconds emit a thin wave of light that reveals everything for an instance. That's actually really good for this. And then I don't even know what this is. Shooting an enemy's projectile will double the damage of your bullet. Also, enemies killed by deflected enemies will float their XP to you. The projectile damage. Let's get this. I'm already shooting projectiles back at enemies and dealing double damage and increasing my bullet damage after that is also pretty good. So we will take that, especially when there's bullets like those being shot at us. You'll see there's going to be a lot of bullets shot at us, so it's going to make a lot of sense to use that upgrade. The fact that it's shot at random enemies as well definitely makes a big plus for us. So it won't necessarily be one that we're aiming at. It could just be a random enemy that's then going to give us bonus XP. So we've got Tesla Eruption, killing 3+ enemies with a single perfect slash. Charges our next slash to deal 800% bullet damage. It's got a 4-second cooldown. So I need more enemies on the screen to show you what this looks like. But there we go. We actually got one on the first bullet. And when we use it, bam! Massive amounts of damage over there. It does have a 4-second cooldown. So there we go. We got it up again. And it's amazing. I love it. We do need to land up killing 3 or more enemies with our melee attack, not any of the other attacks. So the more enemies that there are on the screen, the more damage we're going to land up doing. Therefore, we can charge it up a lot faster. Try and get as many killed at once as possible, just because it's fun. Not because we have to, but just because it looks cool. We still need to kill more enemies. Nearly level 31. So we do shoot those projectiles back. I wasn't 100% sure because after the boss fight, knowing that that boss projectiles couldn't be returned was quite interesting. But now that we know that it can, I mean, every other projectile in the game can be, it's just that boss's one. Let's see, chain deflection. If a deflection kills an enemy, it will spawn another deflected bullet at the same location. Now, when it says that, does that mean, okay, we're going to grab this because I think what they mean is if it keeps deflecting the bullets and it keeps killing the enemies, it's going to just keep chaining. And we landed up taking a hit there, so we need to kill 200 enemies now if we want to get our vision back. So this is the only problem, is we don't actually want to land up being hit because we'll end up losing a whack ton of vision. Okay, let's hit the projectile over there. I think it chained a couple of times. I don't know if we got hit there or not. Yeah, we must have because I lost the life. Okay, this is why we want the fire rate though, so that we are able to actually target these enemies a lot sooner, but oh man, I just can't stay alive this time. There's just something I keep doing wrong. Okay, we got our shield back, we've got our vision back. Now we just need to keep it. 3 more minutes. We've only got 2 life left. Technically the shield and 1 life. That's why I say 2 life. We do level up, so that's good. We're not going to grab spotlight, so we'll get rid of it. We will grab... Do we even want singularity? Okay, Akimbo is going to be very, very good for us because it increases the amount of, you know, AoE that we've got, because we will be shooting behind us now as well. And again, we do have the fire rate to, you know, kind of defend ourselves as much as possible as well, which is what we wanted. Oh, so clean. Okay, we actually deal a lot of damage when we need to. We nearly have 2 minutes left and we should fight the final boss. The upgrade that made it so that we lose vision, because that's what happens, and I died. That's very unfortunate, but that's just the way it is, guys. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I do like that the game kind of sits there. We sit at 18 minutes and 29 seconds. We did unfortunately die there. It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.